Brilliance Audio presents 9 Pints, A Journey Through the Money, Medicine and Mysteries of Blood, by Rose George, performed by Karen Cass. 6 seconds, perhaps 10, 12 if it is cautious or dopey. After that, the jaws will activate, the hundreds of teeth will engage, the leech will begin to eat, and its meal is your blood. Are you wading through a tropical pond in fierce humidity? Have you returned to your guest house to find with horror a passenger on your leg? Are you Humphrey Bogart, tugging the African Queen and Catherine Hepburn through a brown river, cursing the filthy little devils that cling to you? Possibly, except the last. But you are equally likely to be in a sterile room of a modern hospital, tended to by nurses who attach these blood-sucking animals to you without a shiver. You accept them equally calmly because it has been explained to you that these leeches may save your breast, or your finger, or your ear, or your life. Less than half a mile from the busy M4 motorway in the southwest of Wales, there is a walled entrance off a road whose Welsh name I can't pronounce, and a small sign saying Biofarm. A long and winding driveway passes sheds of unclear purpose and ends in a small yard beyond an imposing cream-coloured manor house. The view is unexpected. I can hear the motorway, a distant roar, yet here is a quiet landscape of green fields stretching away with no apparent end. The nation's only leech production business looks like a health farm. Which I suppose it is. Biofarm was founded by Roy Sawyer, an American zoologist transplanted to Wales. Its name is as broad and generic as its business is specific. It is one of fewer than half a dozen suppliers of medicinal leeches in the world. My hosts are Sawyer's daughter Bethany, a young woman with a mild Welsh accent and a stern demeanour who is Biofarm's manager, and her colleague, Carl Peters Bond, a fair man who is what grandmothers would call cuddly. They may revise that when they learn that one of his job titles is Leech Growth Technician. Carl is also a practiced biofarm guide, as well as a retriever of visitors who, given how little signage there is, must inevitably wander into the narrow corridor and wonder if they are in fact in buildings that house a globally renowned supply of medicinal leeches, or in someone's garage. The reception room is furnished with a large table, a library of leech-related and zoological books, and several ceramic jars in a cabinet identified by their ornate lettering spelling out leeches. These jars were used by apothecaries who sold leeches and sometimes rented them in the high times of the leech industry, from the beginning of the 19th century to the early 20th, a period known as leech mania. The mania was for bloodletting, or the taking of blood from a person with therapeutic intent, in one description, which had been used for a few thousand years to cure ailments ranging from headaches to near hangings. There was hardly any disease or condition for which bloodletting was not thought useful. It was even used to treat severe bleeding. For most of human history, we have preferred to remove blood, not add it. By the end of the 19th century, people still believed so powerfully in the force of bloodletting that they were in the habit of coming to be bled at their own request, just as they now apply to have their teeth drawn. Bleeding was done by opening veins with lancets and knives, and earlier with stones, fish teeth, or whatever could cut. But a leech was kinder, sucking its blood from the capillaries, not veins, and providing its own natural anaesthetic. By the 20th century, bloodletting and leeching had fallen from favour with the rise of better surgery and medicine and germ theory. By then, the leech had also been harvested almost to extinction from its natural habitat in most of Britain and across much of Europe. Although leech fans are always hopeful of finding undiscovered populations, the known habitats of the British medicinal leech now are wetlands near Dungeness, some ponds in the New Forest, and this building near Llanelli.